Hello, viewers. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another incredible, motivational, but educational show. I'm so excited that you decided to join me this evening. So, on this show, we're going to talk about habits of wealthy people. The wealthy people live their lives differently than most. They make decisions differently than most. And these habits that they have, decisions that they make, serve them well to help keep them on focus, on track, and successful in their businesses and their lives. So, on this show today, this will be part one of habits of rich and successful people. My name is Paulette Rolle-Alesnik, and in this space, we talk about personal finances. That is how to make extra money, how to create and develop multiple streams of income, and how to increase your wealth. Because you're never too old or too young to live your life like a boss. Because today's show is about wealthy people, we're going to focus on the third half of the goal for this business, increasing your wealth. So I want you to grab a notepad and a pen, your phone if you need to. Just grab something so you can take notes, because I would like to list 7 habits of wealthy people. So this is part one. Okay, this will be part one. And I will be back in just a few weeks and we'll continue the list with 7 more tips, 7 more habits of wealthy people. Again, welcome. I'm so excited that you are here. Before we dive in, I'd like for you to do me a favor. I'm always asking favors of you. So feel free in the comment, no joke. If there's anything I can ever do for you within reason, I would like for you to put it in the comment, DM me, and let's see how we can serve each other together. Because I feel like I'm always asking you to do me favors. What's that favor, Paulette? I'd like for you to tag someone that you're watching, someone, if you know someone who's interested in increasing their wealth, creating generational wealth, I would like for you to tag them, because whether you or they are watching live or watching on the replay, I believe this information will up level your finances, I would say, but more importantly, just create the mindset, right? I talk about eradicating the low blueprint for finances. So just creating that mindset for wealth. And it starts here if you don't have it. So tag somebody. If you're on YouTube, just go ahead and share the link. And I hope somebody will join you so that you guys can enjoy your wealth together. So, tip number 1, set goals. Wealthy people set and follow their goals. They have goal journals, they have goals, accountability partners, and they follow the track as to where they think they'll meet that goal and how they'll meet that goal. So I like to use this phrase, bite-sized goals. Remember, even the wealthy people, most of them did not start out wealthy. Okay, so let's create bite-sized goals, something that's attainable for you. Like, what can you attain within 30 days, and then 60 days, 90 days? What can you attain realistically within 6 months, 1 year? But write them down. Would you like to own a home? When? And then below those goals, list those things. I am not big on, some people do these podcasts and they share their screen and they have all that stuff. And I'm not big on that, just because maybe that's just how my brain works. Like, I hear and I need to think or take notes. So I have my notes here and I just go along. But if you were to imagine a spreadsheet where you have one goal and below those goals you list how you will obtain that goal, or how do you think, because sometimes you might not know how, and that's okay. That's where goals accountability partners come in. So I want you to put that in the chat. whether it's right now, live, or on the replay. Goals accountability partner. Hold on. I need to have some tea. Grab your tea, your coffee, whatever you're drinking on this Thursday night. For some weird reason, I've been having like just dry mouth. But grab your tea, Here we go. I love a hot cup of tea. I think this is my addiction. So tip number 1, set goals. Tip number 2, wake up early. Get up early and start your day. Start attaining those goals, working towards the goals you have set in tip number 1. The longer you're up during the day or the quiet of the day, the more you will get done. That I promise you. Now, some people get up early and some don't get out of bed. Some people have to get up later because of their career. I remember when I was full-time in the performing arts industry, getting up early was that was just not a thing. It was not going to happen because we didn't get out of the theater, out of the studio, sometimes until 10:30, 11 p.m. at night. On the weeks when we had shows, we didn't get out of the theater till after midnight, till after 1. And then you have to just calm down and go home and take a shower. And the movements and the songs, they're in your head. But I'll say this because I am that person that used to sleep late when that was a part of my career. I will say this thing though. Get up the same time every single day. Set a schedule to get up. Set your alarm if you need to, and get your body in the rhythm of waking up at the same time every day. Wealthy people, they have schedules. Wake up early and start. When you have the quiet of the day to start your work, by the time the sun is up or by the time your phone is dinging and ringing and things are going off around you, you would have gotten more done. So I would say get up early, and if you can't get out of bed or don't want to get out of bed, at least get up and get your mind moving at the same time every day. Just staying on tip number 2, I want to encourage you to do this. I learned this from a military group that I was a part of. Make your bed when you do get out of it. Okay? That's just a bunny trail. That's just a nugget. Make your bed every day. If you don't have somebody to make it for you, I want you to make your bed every single day. Tip number 3, exercise. Yes, there is the nasty word, exercise. It's so important. I would say 4 out of 5. Study shows that 4 out of 5 wealthy people have an exercise routine. And it varies according to where you live, your likes and dislikes, maybe your lifestyle, the company you keep, whether you have your job, the industry you're in. It doesn't matter. If you can get your body moving for 20 to 30 minutes, just 4 times a week, it increases your endorphins, the creative juices start to flow. I can tell you, I can promise you, successful people have exercise routine. Now, the more popular exercises I've found is that having a personal gym or going to a gym, right? Using some weights, getting on the treadmill. The second one is yoga, or just running the neighborhoods or running parks, depending again on where you live. If you live in the cold weather, obviously you're not going outside, running in the snow or the ice. Even in Florida, it's just so hot sometimes to run. Whatever floats your boat. You might want to mix it up a bit. Sometimes go to yoga when it's too hot, or just go to the air-conditioned gym. Whatever works for you. If you can afford an indoor gym, do that as well. But remember, successful people, wealthy people, exercise. They have an exercise routine. Tip number 4, read. Successful people, wealthy people, read. On average, they read 12 books a year or more. Let me repeat that. Wealthy people, on average, read 12 books or more, 12 books or more per year. Okay. Hi, Corliss is here. So if you want to get into the habit of wealthy people knowing what they do, read, read, read. The non-wealthy people probably read one book or half a book per year. So remember, reading is so important. It takes your mind to a different place. It just opens your mind to things that you might not have known. And sometimes I remember one of my mentor telling me this, Paulette, if you don't like to read for the sake of education, just read so that words can get into your mind and you can learn something new every day. So one thing I do personally, because I don't really like to read, I have a lot of books, but I force myself to read at least 6 minutes a day, no matter what it is, no matter how easy it is. Tip number 5, continue to learn. Continue to learn, right? Be a forever student. Wealthy people they're always learning and growing and learning and growing. If you want to be in the company of wealthy people, continue to up level your education. That could be taking a course. That could be partnering with a group of people, being a part of a group, more reading for the sake of education, right? Not just pleasure like I do. But whatever it is, make sure that you are learning something new. I think about and even if you think about learning things like cooking or sewing or coding, everybody's coding now. I wish coding was about during the time when I was a kid because it's so hard right now. But the younger generation are making crazy buku money because they're coding. It doesn't matter what it is. Continue to learn something new constantly. Just be a lifetime student. It is so, so important. Tip number 6, it might be very simple, but I want to put this in part 2. Again, remember we're coming back with I want to put it in part 1 because part 2, we have 7 more tips. But mind your looks. What does that mean? That's just a polite way to say, when you step out of the house, be sure you make your mama proud, right? Be sure you look good and you smell good. The truth is, when you look good, you feel good. It's not just a saying, it is a fact. When you look good, you feel good. So brush your teeth, floss, take showers every day, fix your hair, comb your hair, girl. Just do it. Do something. Put on the makeup, put on the lipstick, and look good. Mind how you look. Wealthy people, for the most part, mind how they look from head to toe. Now, that being said, you and I both know there's some wealthy people, and you might say, I got a friend who's rich, and I got a friend, and they just don't care, right? They look like Walmart or going to the gym every day in gym shorts and t-shirt. Yes, granted. Yes, every wealthy person doesn't read and every wealthy person might not mind their look. But for the most part, the habit of a wealthy person is that they mind their look. They will iron their clothes. They will make sure that things are in place. They brush their teeth before they leave home. They make sure they wear the right attire for the right occasion. Just saying, right? Not yoga shorts all the time. Not like tank tops and t-shirts all the time. Flip-flops. There's a place for flip-flops. Just saying. So mind your look. If you're going to work, look appropriate. If you're going to the beach, look appropriate. So mind your look. Tip number 7, and the last for today, is invest in yourself. It's like beating a dead horse. I tell you, the people who invest in themselves invest in their future. And wealthy people invest in themselves. They invest in their education. They invest in their health. They invest in their minds. They invest in their relationship. Invest. It takes time, people. So if you don't know, like, Paula, what does that mean, invest? We're going to talk about the financial part of that next week, but let's just talk about yourself. If you need to know something, open your wallet and buy the course if you need to learn something. If you need new clothing, open your wallet and get your clothing. And invest in yourself for the sake of up leveling yourself. Invest in your business, in your family, in your home, and in your car. It doesn't mean you have to invest millions of dollars or even thousands, but make sure that you invest in you first. So, so important. If you have any comments, make sure you put it in the comment section. I do go back, I do look at them. I want to reiterate the list real quick so that you have, you remember if you're just jumping on. I see Corliss. Hello, Miss Corliss. But if you're just jumping on, today we're talking about 7 habits of wealthy and successful people. And this is part 1 because we're going to come back in a few weeks and we'll wrap up part 2. Now, coming up on the show, I have some amazing, wonderful ladies, new friends, old friends that would be joining me on this show on Thursday so that we can talk about different things. So Corliss Charles Sutton will be coming up. I'm excited to have her on the show. She's going to talk about success in your DNA. I met her being one of the keynote speakers on her virtual conference, summit, I should say. It really is a summit because, hello, Marsha. She goes, very interesting. I met her because I was one of the keynote speakers on Unleash Your Full Potential in the Workplace. Such a blessing to be on the same stage as these incredible, talented, educated people. I told my friend, I don't know how I got selected to be on this particular conference because this is a conference for smart, super smart people. So I'm happy that she invited me to be one of her speakers. So Corliss is going to be on the show. Locally, Clastine, she is English, American, Jamaican, all that in one. Clastine, I've known her for a couple of years. She's going to be coming on here and she will be sharing with us. Also, blast from the past, a wonderful woman of God, Judy Hewitt, who is a speaker. She's mentored by Les Brown, and she's on that show. So she's a speaker, she's an author, and of course, she's a minister. So those are the 3 guests that I have coming up on the show. I hope you don't miss it. Don't miss a beat because we'll be here every Thursday. Even when I go on vacay, I'll be leaving the country and I'll still be on this show. I don't know what the internet is going to be when I'm out of town, out of the country. So I'm just giving you heads up that 2 of those shows will be recorded out of the country. So let's do a quick recap. 7 habits of rich and successful people. Habit number 1, set goals. Set goals and write them down. And below your goals, list how you think you can attain those goals. Okay? So just do that for me. Put it in writing, right? A short pencil is better than the longest brain ever, the longest memory. So write them down, write the vision, make it plain. Tip number 2, get up early. Get up early. And in addition to getting up early, get up the same time every day so that your body has a rhythm and your body knows what to do. It's something that's just, this internal clock happens, boom, and you just start working it. So get up early. Tip number 3, exercise. For some people, that is a dirty word, but your heart needs to get the blood pumping through it. Not just that, your mind, the endorphins, what it does, the toxic things that comes out of your body when you exercise and you sweat, like I am right now. Not that I'm exercising, it's just I get hot flashes all the time. So, but it does something to your body. It cleanses your skin, your liver, and your mind. It's so invigorating. I know after I exercise, it's like the fogginess is gone. I'm clear in my mind. My body feels good. It feels good. So I suggest you do it in the morning because you get so much more and you're ready for the day when you exercise in the morning. But I'm not your mama and I'm not your spouse. So you do what works for you because your industry and your career, your family might determine when you exercise. Tip number 4, read. Learn to read. Like I said, wealthy people read at least 12 books a year. The average person, 1 book, maybe half a book. Just saying. Tip number 5, continued learning. Learn something. Learn something, whatever it is. Learn to braid hair, learn how to code, learn about traveling, learn and continue to learn. Be a lifetime student. Tip number 6, mind your looks. Somebody might say, don't take all that to make money. You don't need to do all this makeup. You're at your home. What's all this about? Mind your look. Because some people do judge the book by the cover. And this is just this exterior persona. It's an open door for maybe a conversation. Maybe somebody wants to give you that deal. So how you look matters. So mind your look, how you smell, put on cologne, all that stuff. We already talked about that. And tip number 7, invest in you first. So I hope you got some takeaways from this show today. Again, my name is Paulette Rolle-Alesnik. And on this show, in this space, we talk about personal finances. That is how to make extra money, how to create and develop multiple streams of income, and how to increase your wealth. So today, that's what we're talking about, increasing your wealth by watching what the wealthy people do habitually. Thank you for joining me. Again, I'll see you next Thursday, 7 p.m. right here on, I don't know if you're on Facebook. I don't know if you're on YouTube. It doesn't matter. But I'm so happy that you're here. Please leave me a comment, maybe your best takeaway. I hope that you got something from this. And if not, that's okay. Maybe you can help me. Just add something that you feel that we should add to this list. Again, there will be part 2. There'll be a part 2. I got a whole list here. I thought about doing all of it, but I just wanted to do the video, make the videos shorter moving forward. So I'm breaking them up. Okay. Thank you again for joining me. Goodbye. Good evening. Hello again, Marsha. That's my cousin, my family, and Miss Corliss. Thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good evening. I'll see you at the